What about this kind of stretching? What about the rollers? What about that kind? Is that stretching? Well, yeah. Now, popular dogma says that this is rolling. No, it's not. It's just stretching, and stretching is important. So where does this come to play then? This comes to play in injury prevention, or maybe even if you got a little injury that's just starting to get its hooks in you, this little guy can be really helpful. Let me show you how we use this thing and how you might be able to use it to really benefit your healing an injury or preventing injuries in the future. This guy's job is to go in and find little places of your muscle that have some scar tissue built up, or places that are injured in the scar tissue and they're preventing the scars or the muscle fibers from sliding over each other, right? Sometimes you get scar tissue and they get stuck. This guy's job is to go in and break up that scar tissue and make that muscle fiber more pliable. It helps it breathe and it helps it heal. Here's one of the more popular and needed movements that we do on a roller. You ever roll your IT bands? Good Lord. That's all I have to say about that, is good Lord. Your IT band lives right here on the side of your leg. And if you touch it, you can kind of feel there's a firm little bit right there between this muscle and the hamstring muscle and the quadriceps muscle, right? A little thick, fibrous piece of the leg right there. And you can kind of see him right there. That's your IT band, okay? That guy is really susceptible to injury, especially if you do ballistic types of movements like running and hopping and jumping, etc., right? That guy takes a lot of abuse, and he's likely to cause scar tissue somewhere along the IT band or where it connects to the quadriceps into the hamstrings, all along the way. And I mean all the way up into here, all the way down into here. So a lot of folks, the really smart folks, will roll that IT band. They'll take a foam roller, a firm foam roller, and you can tell this one's got a little padding on it, just some padding over PVC. The real hardcore folks will just take a PVC. I'm not one of them. And they'll just roll that IT band. And you got to think about it like kneading dough, right? If you just took a piece of dough and started to pull on it, all you'd get is a longer lump of dough. It would kind of look the same until you got it stretched way out there. Well, this guy's job is it can go in and find those little adhesions, those little pieces of scar tissue, and it can break them up. Now, the thing to know is those little pieces of scar tissue, they have nerve cells. They have nerve fibers in them, and they are ornery. And those little things are painful. And that's how you know they're there. You start rolling along that IT band and you'll find a little adhesion, and the way you know you found one is because it frickin' hurts. My suggestion to you is, as soon as you find a little place along that IT band that frickin' hurts, sit on it. Just go find it. So you're rolling along here, right? That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. That does not feel very fucking good right there. I don't like that at all. Once you find one of those guys, sit on it. Now, lift your foot up off the ground, try to put all your weight on it. Eventually, you'll get better at it. You can just sit there and sit on it. Now, here's another technique I use. After I found that guy, I'll sit on it for a minute until my eyes start to water, and I'll kind of start complaining. But once it sort of calms down, light it back up and just sort of knead it. Right? Back and forth. Find a little sticky spot, and you just kind of push up and down, then move up the leg a little and find another one. Good Lord, there's one right there. Sit on it for a while, and after you're done sitting on it, just kind of knead that thing back and forth, roll it. And you'd do that all the way up that muscle. All the way up that muscle. You'd roll a little forward and do it more toward the quadriceps, then you'd roll a little backwards and do it a little more toward the hamstrings. You just find a little adhesion and sit on it. And then, after you've done that, it's my suggestion to go do the thing that everybody else tells you to do and just roll it out. Just long, rolling strokes up and down the IT band. Find the places it hurts the most, roll onto those places, you have to roll it. And what you'll find is as soon as you're done doing that, it sort of immediately loosens it up. And you got to put quite a bit of pressure. Once you're used to it, you got to put quite a bit of pressure on those little muscle cells to get that scar tissue and those little actin and myosin cells to open up and slide amongst each other or slide over each other and relax. And it'll take you several days. Know this, if you do happen to unseat one of those adhesions, all it wants to do is just grow back, right? So tomorrow, you got to go after it again. It's going to grow back. And it seems like if you do that a little more often than not, eventually you'll get rid of that adhesion. You'll give that muscle more pliability, that muscle breathe a little bit better, and then it'll be healthier. That's why we do it, and that's kind of how we do it.